A very good morning, students. Our session of Financial Management 1. Now, as far as our previous session was concerned, in the last session we have discussed about the types of lease and advantages and limitations of lease financing. Plus, we have seen the difference between operating lease and financial lease. I think as far as these points are concerned, you get the clear idea about the concept of lease and the different points of our particular chapter. Now today we are going to discuss about factors that affect the leasing decision. That why these two parties, that the lessor and lessee, comes into an agreement of lease. So under that, the first one is availability of cash. Now when it is a question about purchase of the whole equipments or the purchase of the whole asset, there is the blockage of huge finance for the long period of time. So in the option, or we are able to get the same asset, the same equipments in the lease option. So when the lessee do not have sufficient cash with them and he want to use the same machinery and he is not able to purchase the whole machinery, so it is the best option when the use of the assets will be there without purchasing the same asset. So when the cash is not there, the lease will get or lease will prove the beneficial results to the lessees. Second one, that is effects on borrowing capacity. Sometimes if the lessee or the person who want to use the asset do not have sufficient fund with them, then he is going to borrow the capital and then after going to purchase the whole asset. But that will become the burdensome for him, because in borrowing the capital, the person is going to pay in addition the interest on it. And sometimes the financial institutions or bank who provide borrowed funds to them, they are taking any assets on the mortgage, any securities on the mortgage. So again, that will be very difficult for the person to get borrowed capital in the market and going to purchase the whole assets. So at that time, the person take the decision of leasing the whole assets. Then after, third one, that is transferring the risk of obsolescence. When a person is in the business of technology, or the technology is going to change year by year or decade by decade, so it is very difficult to continue with the same machinery or same equipments for the long period of time, because after some period of time the technology will become obsolete, and whatever you are going to invest for the purchase of the same machineries or equipments, that will prove nothing to you. It will become costly for the organization to purchase heavy technical equipments for the use of production. So in this situation, when the technical field is there, it is advisable for the person to choose the assets on leased based rather than purchase the whole assets. Then after the fourth one, that is convenient arrangement. The lease agreement is really very convenient for both the parties, that is for the leaser and leasing, because if the leasing process is difficult, then there are chances that no one is going to enter in this agreement of leasing. So when the lease is convenient, then definitely each and every group of people, each and every class of the investors are going to convert their purchase into leasing decision. Then after fifth point, that is less restriction on firms. Yes, the lease agreement is totally based upon the mutual understanding of the leaser and lessee. There are no formal rules, there are no formal regulations in the lease contract. So, lessor and lessee are going to enter in a contract on the basis of their conveniency. So, there are no such restriction on the firms who are providing the assets to the person who wishes to use the same asset. Then after sixth one, that is salvage value. Yes, if the assets is purchased by the organization, then the benefit of its salvage value, or we can say that residual value, will be there when they are going to sell the machines or sell the equipments at the end of its economic life. But as far as the lease decision is there, lessor and lessee, as far as the lessors are concerned, they are going to enjoy the salvage value, because throughout the economic period, throughout the economic life of the asset, the lessee is going to use the assets, but at the end, lessor will enjoy the salvage value plus the lease rent for the whole economic period of time. So it is a good decision for the lessor. Then after tax benefit, as we already discussed, the depreciation on lease is totally taxable. The lease rent, it is totally tax deductible, and the lease rent is also gets the tax benefit. So whether we are talking about the lease rent or we are talking about the depreciation on lease, both the party gets benefit as far as the taxations are concerned. And last one, that is lease expense. Generally, the lease expense will be treated as a revenue expenditures for the lessors. So, as compared to purchase the whole asset, as compared to purchase the whole equipment, it will be beneficial to bear the nominal lease expense as compared to purchase of the whole asset. So ultimately, leasing decision is best for both the parties, that is lessor and lessees. Now the next point that is institutions in the field of leasing. Yes, here there are few institutions who provide the facility of lease plus the financing lease decision, and that are first All India Financial Institutions, means the formal financial institutions, the public financial institutions, they directly provide leasing fund to the lessor for the purchase of lease assets. And if we are talking about these financial institutions, then the leading one is ICICI, who provide maximum credit, who provide maximum funds in the leasing decision. Then after second point, that is leasing company. Yes, there are few leasing company in India who provide direct finance in an investment of lease. Along with providing finance, direct finance to the lessors, these leasing company provide the services in the capital market. So they are going to purchase the shares or debentures of the organization, and in return they are going to purchase the machineries and equipments for on the behalf of lessors. The third one, that is bank. Private and public banks are there who provide long-term credit at the time of purchasing lease assets. Then after, finance company. As we have the example of Sundaram Finance Limited. So these kind of private finance organization will provide funds to the lessor for the purchase of lease assets. And industrial groups. There are many industrial groups who provide funds for the leasing investment. I think it is clear to each and everyone. Now, the last point of our chapter is difficulties faced by leasing companies in India. Yes, when we are talking about the advantages, there are also the limitations of leasing decision. And here we are going to discuss about the difficulties that going to be faced by the leasing companies who provide finance in this lease agreement. The first one is competition. Yes, there is a heavy competition in the field of leasing. So, it is very difficult for the leasing company to get their client with the proper amount and with the proper asset. So, the contract will go on. Then after second one, lack of trained employee. The employees, the staff of in leasing company, they do not have sufficient experience as far as this financial service is concerned. So, lack of trained employee will be one of the major difficulties for the leasing companies. Then after, the proportion of debt equity not maintained in a proper manner. Yes, when the leasing company is going to have their capitalization. And this capitalization will be discussed in our next chapter. So in the capitalization, in the capital structure, the company is not able to maintain a proper ratio between debt and equity capital. And somehow, in many organizations, the debt ratio is higher than the equity ratio. The next one is lack of provision for depreciation. Yes, some leasing companies have not worked or they are not ready to provide a sufficient depreciation on assets which is given by them. So ultimately, no party gets the benefit on the depreciation of the assets. The next one is low investment of promoters. Here the promoters of leasing company do not invest much as they found that it is really very risky to invest the huge amount in the leasing company. So in the initial stage, so in the primary stage, leasing company do not get promoters for their investment purpose. The next one is shortage of fund. To provide assets on lease, the leasing company must have sufficient funds with them, and they are going to use the fund for the purchase of different equipments, for the purchase of different assets. So that will be lacking in leasing company, that they are facing the shortage of funds. The next one is insufficiency of management. Here, management is not powerful. The management is not very efficient or experienced because the employees are not trained. And when the management is not strong, when the management is not powerful, at that time the whole policy, the whole task will be fizzled out. They are not working as per the goals, as per the objectives. So that shows the insufficiency of management. And the last one, that is government attitude. As we know that in India, the government is not going to promote this kind of financial services. So a favor is not there in the part of government. Government sometimes do not support these institutions, and when the government support is not there, the leasing companies are not able to work in a proper manner. So students, that's all about our chapter, that is leasing finance. Now whatever points I include in our session that is important other than lease mechanism. So please refer each and every points in a proper manner. And in the next session, we are going to start the new chapter and new unit, that is unit number 3. So that's all for today. Thank you so much.